honestly, I still have maybe 1 minute. I use this minute to look around.
Hola. I'm pretty sure that the second row, those seats in the second row.
She sent me to the. She said, no, it's upstairs.
Ay, que de lo brişen Rovelode Ay, que vi me pala leste Ay, que vi me pala leste Que sanda mure prano Ay, que delam que some manga Ay, que chimangame que barbalimo Ay, que chimangame, que barbalimo. Que delem devlam, que zorsa Ay, que robam, que palalende Ay, que dukalaba, que lengoilo Ay, que dukalaba, que lengoilo Que kodai devlam, que nasvalke Ay, que gilem lungo na dromenza Dai maladile Ay gelem lungona dromenza dai maladilem bachtalnerom
Lačitu Marijarijat. Mea Kardov Simonida Selimović, mesem srpsko romnije abešav ande Austrija. Mrni pej, Eraja Night, vojsi englesko romni. A men manga samo te zamolistumente isključintu marohendija džive, te nabisme tole muzičara kateke kana vem pe bina kate pre. Šukarka ja vilen, pe edicija duj miljet hede šuinja. Pe maj angluno drom ke siga kaja nagrada. Tajsa Romano kulturako manđin. I još but breš anglete aven. A kana malo preašundam e Monika Lakatoš. Vojsi fenomenalno romni andare Mađarska.
So, good evening everybody and a very warm welcome. My name is Raya Knight and I'm a British Romani and I'm joined here on stage by the beautiful Simonida Selimović, who is a Serbian Romani. And I'd just like to invite you all to please turn off your phones for the duration of the ceremony and the concert which is going to follow. I'm just going to say it again. Please turn off your phones. We can see them, guys. Come on. So now I would like to welcome you to this very prestigious event here, the first ever Tajsa Roma Cultural Heritage Prize. And this is the first event of its kind, but there are going to be many more to come for years to come. And we've just heard the absolutely phenomenal voice of the Hungarian Romani singer Monika Lakatosh. Let's just give her another round of applause.
A men sam barikanea kanaka šajtu menca jek porukate fulovas, katar jek specijalno ERIAC partneri, o ministeri Michael Roth.
There is no better testament to ERIAC's work than the message of our distinguished ally, Minister of State Michael Roth.
Good evening to everybody. This is Michael Roth, the Minister of State for Europe at the Federal Foreign Office. I'm very sorry to miss the first ever award ceremony of the Tajsa Prize. I would like to convey my greetings and best wishes to the artists, community leaders, activists and intellectuals of the global Roma community who have gathered tonight at the Maxim Gorki Theater in Berlin. You have an exciting evening ahead with performances by DORANTES and other thrilling Roma artists. The arts have an important role in defining identity. They have the power to provide a sense of belonging that transcends the narrow boundaries of nation-states. This is particularly true for Europe's largest minority, the Roma. The arts, like the Roma, are truly transnational. ERIAC, the European Roma Institute for Arts and Culture, is based on this understanding. Founded on the basis of a Council of Europe initiative and also with support from the Open Society Foundations, it's the first transnational European-level organization for the recognition of Roma arts and culture. Since its creation in 2017, ERIAC has helped to overcome stereotypes and to create understanding, acceptance, tolerance and mutual respect between Roma and non-Roma communities. We are particularly glad to host ERIAC's headquarters here in Berlin. The Federal Foreign Office, my ministry, is proud to be a long-standing backer of ERIAC. We have actively supported and sponsored various projects, exhibitions and dialogues on Roma art and culture. This support is dear to the federal government and to me personally, for historical and contemporary reasons. In recent years, political discourse in many European countries has been gripped by an increasingly unashamed overt resentment toward minorities. It's our duty to counter this development. The arts, again, can make an important contribution to mutual understanding and respect. Tonight's award ceremony marks the conclusion of ERIAC's Roma Tangible Heritage Network project, which aimed to raise awareness about Roma communities' significant contribution to European culture. With exhibitions and various other events in Germany, Italy, Sweden and Serbia, the project lived up to ERIAC's transnational premise. Through the Tajsa Prize, ERIAC will honor an outstanding example of Roma arts, drawing inspiration from Roma cultural heritage while also reimagining cultural expression for the present and future. I wish you all a great, very pleasant evening.
Shukarka Jamensa san, Minister Michael Roth, ike sam pe Amari Rig. Ajde kanate šunas Amari šerutni direktorka, Timea Junghaus, boje finalistura ka predstavil tu menđe za Tajsa nagrada ađive.
So we appreciate and certainly share the enthusiasm of State Minister Ruth and thank him for being here in spirit. And now, after much anticipation, it is my great pleasure to welcome to the stage our own Executive Director, Ms. Timea Junghaus, who is going to introduce the finalists of this year's Tajsa Prize.
Thank you. Through this beautiful evening today, the European Roma Institute for Arts and Culture aims to acknowledge and celebrate the contributions of Roma to both ERIAC, our institute, and to European cultural heritage. The endowment of the Tajsa Prize is sponsored entirely by ERIAC associate membership, not by philanthropists, governments, or project grants. The prize is an embodiment of Roma contribution, the most important condition of Roma leadership. The prize aims to honor outstanding Roma individuals who are leading voices of the Roma cultural movement today. It seeks to encourage Roma pride and promote the creativity, virtuosity, and talent of Roma cultural producers. It is my honor to serve today with an introduction of the finalists. Árpád Bogdan, writer and director. And
Megígéred, hogy vigyázol édesanyádra, amíg haza nem jövök.
Mit keresel itt?
Néztem az edzésen. Tetszett nagyon.
I also introduce you to the work of Hamza Bitici, artist, cultural entrepreneur, and politician.
I got also a list. Ich habe hier auch eine Liste von meiner Partei, die Linke. Ich bin nämlich die Nummer 14. Thank you. Ich bin hier die Nummer 14 für den Bundestag. Bitte schön. Hey, bitte, macht keinen Quatsch, geht wählen. Ne? Bitte schön. Und im Zweifel links. Bitte schön. Und es gibt noch ein paar Flyer. Lieber Genosse Hansen, bitte sorge dafür, dass ihr in eurer Aufführung über unseren Kampf gegen die Deportation von Roma-Asylsuchenden in den sicheren Herkunftsländern spricht. Wir haben dir dafür 250 Seiten Recherchematerial geschickt, die kannst du in deinen Workshops nicht. Mama? Mama? Liebe Aktivistinnen, ich weiß, ihr erwartet jetzt von uns, dass wir über Roma sprechen, die in Ungarn erschossen werden, die in Italien von Molotow-Cocktails bombardiert werden, die in Rumänien einfach von der Polizei abgeknallt werden oder in ganz Osteuropa, im ehemaligen Jugoslawien, in Bulgarien, in der Tschechei, in der Slowakei von irgendwelchen Gruppen einfach gelyncht werden. Ja, oder in Frankreich und in Deutschland, weiterhin diskriminiert und deportiert. In Deutschland, ja, ich verfluche euren Innenminister, aber wir sind ja SchauspielerInnen und wir werden das tun, was wir lieben und worin wir gut sind. Wir werden nämlich über uns sprechen, vornehmlich.
Many of you already know the work of the contemporary artist Selma Selman, who contributed to a lot of ERIAC initiatives and exhibitions in the ERIAC space. Please see the introduction on Selma Selman's art.
My name is Selma Selman. I'm an artist and activist born and raised in Bosnia. Currently I live in the United States, and Europe. I use art as a tool to change or challenge the world. I'm not interested in beauty or pleasuring audiences with my work. I am interested in challenging and changing things which has to be changed or problems which has to be solved. I'm the founder of the project Get the Heck to School, whose aim is to help prevent Roma girls dropping out from school. And currently I have 12 Roma girls who are getting full scholarship and 43 children who are getting daily lunch in school. The aim of this project is to specifically help Roma girls and to make sure that no one takes their future. I prefer to think of myself in layers. My core is an artist. I'm a human second, Salman third, Roma fourth, Bosnian fifth, and then finally a part of the wider reality. Sometimes my identity as Roma is the subject I'm working on, and sometimes it is a tool with which I work on a larger social issues with, but I'm always simply an artist forging tools and materials.
The next finalist is an actress, playwright, and director, Alina Sherban.
Dă-mi banii mei. Am căcat să stau. Ce zici, tu?
Ich könnte arbeiten gehen.
Amena, n-am beșat nici devri po ce nu kende. Wir brauchen Geld, Maria.
Bist du Boxer? Wie viele Kämpfe?
6.
Alle gewonnen?
Ali, trebuie să mă duc.
Was du topre?
Du hast die Straße im Blut, mir gefällt das. Du hast was drauf.
Auf, Mama.
Ural, sarg paparuda ai cam pusă sarg biromie.
Mes jo, kidea mândros tutar.
And that was not it. We have another finalist, another contemporary artist, Robert Gabriš.
Starting point of my work are new experimental forms of drawing as a resistance to exclusion and racism. In my concept of life, I'm an activist, skeptical idealist, futurist, but primarily drawer of poetic realism. Tajsa is the connection between yesterday and tomorrow, present energy between you and me. Power, beauty, fragility. Tajsa is the never-ending circle of love. We, the Roma family, have the spirit of Tajsa in our mind, our bodies. Tajsa brings us together to celebrate what we are. Together we are Tajsa.
After an extended process of nominations, pre-selection, board approval, we are looking forward to learning about the decision on the winner tonight. Together with all ERIAC organs, we are envisioning the Tajsa Prize to become our tradition.
Acana, sigudova momento pe kaj savoraš v džerde. Molima tu menže, e barvalipe akademija, e internacionalno žirija, kaj si za kaja nagrada te bijavena pebina, e doktorka Marija Bogdan i doktor Ismael Cortez Gomez.
So, the moment we've all been waiting for. It is now our great pleasure to invite onto the stage the members of our international jury, the Barvalipe Academy, who selected tonight's winner. Dr. Maria Bogdan, Chair, and Dr. Ismael Cortez Gomez.
I'm already emotional, sorry. Wow. Okay, so welcome everybody. The Tajsa Prize is funded on the nominations of the ERIAC community, the membership, the board, and the Barvalipe Academy. All genres of arts and culture were available for the decision of the Barvalipe Academy, the strategic and leadership organ of the ERIAC membership.
The jury rationale for selecting the winner was that the ERIAC founding principle must guide the selection process. The art of the winner shall represent the highest quality of cultural production with an international impact. And on the other hand, we seek the commitment to the Roma cause, the defense of human rights, and the fight against anti-Gypsyism. The art of the winner shall have a real impact, a transformative potential in the wider European societies. So, on this basis, the 2019 Tajsa Prize goes to...
Well, okay.
Halina Serban.
Sarah. Hello, good evening. I didn't know if I would win, but I still wrote a speech. Because I am an actress, I'm an artist, and I really like to, when I get the microphone, to understand the responsibility I have and this gift that other people like me don't. Not that I am more special in any way than my cousins that still live without electricity, but since I have this privilege, I wish you all will give me this chance, okay? Thank you very much. Dear respected ERIAC members and ERIAC supporters, I would like to thank those who nominated me amongst artists I like to be surrounded by and learn from. Dear Selma, you bring so much joy with your force and uniqueness. Dear Arpad, I'm such a fan of your work, and I think I speak for all of us when I say thank you for telling your necessary stories. Hamze, you are such a trooper. Thank you for weaving like a spider such a wonderful network of Roma artists around you. Robert, I would like to have an applause for Robert for giving us this amazing work of art. And I am honored to receive something made by your hands. Thank you so much. And I hope to learn more about your art and your stories. Dear all, I am very happy, grateful, and honored to be here this evening. You know, it was very improbable for me to be where I am and to do what I do today. I come from a traditional background where early marriages are a reality. But my parents encouraged me to be the first one in my family to graduate from high school. I spent my teenage years in a house made of manure, without hot water, and with rats as uninvited guests. I managed to survive, but I managed to survive by replacing the things I didn't have and others took for granted, like electricity and hot water. I replaced them with my imagination. This has been my strength. When I had almost no chances to succeed as an artist as well, shaping a possible reality that was not real until I made it happen. In 2009, I chose to tell my story publicly in a theater play. To see a Roma woman on the stage not entertaining people, wearing black, and speaking about her personal experiences of facing discrimination and poverty was a very, very curious case for the arts and the media back then. Telling my own story became a way for me to generate change and to create another narrative about us. I found myself at 22 in TV shows where I was asked to debate with far-right leaders, being asked hard questions and always asked to represent the group and not just myself. I saw my faces in magazines, but I couldn't afford buying them. Everybody was saying to me, "Your mom must be so proud of you." At that time, I was living with my mother in a 2 square meters room in a building where she was cleaning. She would hide the newspapers where they were reviewing my show, fearing that we will be again evicted because I spoke so publicly about our personal story. I would come back home tired after touring my show in high schools, after dealing with biology teachers that would say that us Roma have something faulty in our genes. I would see my mom with her feet in cold water, washing rubbish bins. I had to ask myself so many times if I'm doing the right thing, if things will ever turn out okay. But then I would receive a message from a student that just saw my show and said, "Hey Alina, thank you for making me think about the society we live in." Then I would wipe my tears and say, "Okay, I will do just one more show." Roma actress beats the odds. This was the first title of the first international review of my work. And it was true. Over the past 10 years, I had to beat the odds to become a Roma feminist political theater pioneer and the first Roma-Romanian theater and film director. I'm glad that my work led the way for other Roma artists, and I'm very honored to have the opportunity to break ground for such expressions. As an independent artist, I know many independent artists know what I'm speaking of. I had to create every step of my path, to make space for my art, to fight for every project day by day without a safety net. In face of censorship, aggression, insults, sexism, anxiety attacks, I continued to tell Roma stories from a Roma perspective. I am happy to share with you my biggest artistic dream that I had until now. My biggest artistic dream until now would be to make a feature film about the Roma slavery, told from a Roma perspective. Ever since I debuted 10, 12 years ago, I worked with an idealist determination of a Don Quixote to make small steps in achieving this dream. Some of you know my play, some of you know my interest in the topic of Roma slavery already. Recently, I directed and wrote my first short film. As part of the feature, I would like to and dream to direct one day. Receiving this award is a much needed contribution for the production of the short film, and I really hope one day that we will celebrate together and have tears of happiness for the feature film. All these years, there were many times I could not defeat nepotism, personal preferences, and my story and my work was invisibilized. But today, I am seen. Having my work acknowledged today means I am no longer invisible. I am seen by my people. Being around Roma artists here, it's wonderful. And healing. ERIAC, allies of ERIAC, people that are doing all sorts of good work. Your work is needed, and I am so proud of all of us. Thank you, nice to ke, mulțumesc.
Sama la ce? Sama la ce tu ce, Alina? E mai șucar. Preso ga kaja bučukar ariat završil pesao baro acto on concerto kataro Dorantes, mangaste a karasijek specijalno gostu pebina, te anel e laudacio za opobedniko za ga kava breš, Romnjalen, Tajromalen, Lord Simon Woolley.
So we would like to congratulate Ilana, and before we move on to our musical delight of the evening, the concert of Dorantes, we are going to invite a very special guest onto the stage to deliver a laudatio for this year's Tajsa Prize winner. Ladies and gentlemen, Romale, Lord Simon Woolley.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I am a lord, but I haven't always been a lord. Just a few weeks, actually. But I've always been an activist fighting for social and racial justice. And so I have to tell you that being here with you tonight, I feel truly and utterly humbled and honored, not just to speak to you, but frankly, to be in the company of such great talent that we've seen before. I want all the nominees, please, if you will, please stand up. I want you to see them all and give them another round of applause. All the nominees, please stand up. Please, 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 please. It was very, very moving, and not least because Alina, particularly the way that you expressed the collision of culture and politics that drives you, that motivates you, that in many ways keeps you alive. You and your nominees expressed that beautifully. I want to give a few thank yous because this didn't just happen. We're not here without many, many people bring us in this wonderful space on the evening of celebration. So I want to thank the Minister of State for Europe, Michael Roth, and Sherman Langhoff, the director of the Maxim Gorki Theater. We love your theater, by the way. And I've met some of the parliamentary dignitaries from around Europe who have come here today, and their officers. We need you here. We need your support because you make the difference. You help us, the Roma community, minority communities, be empowered, be stronger, so we can begin to fulfill our great potential. But I also want to thank a few friends who I've seen here. I can't mention all of you, but I do want to mention Tamir Younghouse. Just raise your hand when I mention your name. Anna Migra. Kinga. Where's Kinga? Kingareta. Diana Pavlovich. Menso Haite. And the wonderful, the beautiful, my colleague, Sonia Litt. You know, in the black community, we have this saying that all my skin folk are not my kinfolk. which you know what that means. Just because you're black doesn't mean that you're on the right side. It doesn't mean that you get the black struggle. But I met a Roma activist about 8 years ago in Budapest, Hungary. And I'm happy to call this man my brother, because he's not only my kinfolk, he's close to my skinfolk too. But when I met him, first of all, I should tell you that I'm an activist. I'm an activist fighting for social and racial justice. I feel as though I'm a disciple of Dr. Martin Luther King, who had a dream, of course. But even more than a dream, he had a plan. His plan was to empower African Americans to be in a position where we're not asking for justice or equality, but we're in a position to demand it. And this Roma activist, when we spoke together, he said, "Simon, you're my brother, and we are on the same path together. Because like you, who want to give black people in Britain and Europe and beyond the power for us to have our dignity, to have our equality, to ensure our children can go from school to work to high office with pride." He said, "I want that for my Roma brothers and sisters too." And after the meeting, we hugged and we promised to plot and plan. And we've been on that journey. He, in particular, I want to give a special round of applause to Željko Jovanović, please. Please, stand up. Stand up. My brother, and there are lots of other brothers and sisters here in this struggle. In this struggle that says, look, we have our role to play. And when we're successful, when Roma are successful, then everybody benefits. It's not just about our communities. It's about all our communities benefiting from the energy, from the talent that our nominees and our winners demonstrated. What I find extraordinary, when you find disciples, if you like, of Dr. Martin Luther King, like Željko, like many of the other activists here, you can start off with this, a blank sheet, nothing on there. But when activists come together, when artists come together, great things happen. The page becomes alive. The page gets filled with memories, with pain, with hopes and dreams. You know, that's how ERIAC started, with a blank page, and now look where we are. You see, a monument, a monument. A monument to Roma culture that won't just be Željko in Berlin, but right across Europe, in many cities, in many towns, giving hope, giving a pathway. So the cultural journey, the cultural struggle is absolutely imperative. You have to write your story, because it's your story that will show the uncomfortable truths, but will also give power to generations to ensure that you make those changes. And I am so thrilled to be with you, Sonia, part of this team, because, you know, just before the last few days, there's been activists from around Europe for the Mahala weekend. 50 activists from around Europe came together to have a strong Roma political voice, to ensure that they can confront their nation states, not asking them for equality, but demanding it. Those activists you're here tonight, please stand up too. Please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Please. Please stand up. I promise you this. I promise you this. When good people come together, great things happen. It's the truth. The struggle is difficult. There are some wretched people out there that want to do us harm. Roma people, black people. When I was in the House of Lords for my maiden speech, I had a 5-minute speech to give a statement of intent. You know, the House of Lords, it's the British establishment. Has been there for centuries. And a black man stood in that chamber. And I said to the chamber that we, the British government, all our communities, must fight for the Roma people across Europe. I said to them that I look at the Roma, my Roma brothers and sisters, my Roma activists, and I look them in the eye and I say to them that your struggle is my struggle. Your struggle is our struggle. And that's why I'm proud to be part of this movement that you're engaged with. This evening, we celebrate. Celebrate the music. Maybe we'll have some wine afterwards. But tomorrow, we have activist work to do. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Teaves Bachtalo, Lord Simon Woolley. Začirega kala budzura les vatura. Thank you. E a canasa stiariat vacherdam katere Roma kai si kreativne, genialne. Bud zurale romane artistura. Thank you, Alina. I'm your fan, a big fan. Thank you. No, I just have to say it now. That I love you. I'm a big fan of you. Okay, just a love thing. Ali akana mekenamente ashunas ite dikas sostaramena kana chirdam svatura. Andaro sasto ilo mangaste akarastumen pejek ariat ande Sevilla ando Berlino kate. Bud bachtale ibarikanesam kashaya kana jek popularno flamenco pianist kompozeri Dorantes te akaras. I samo za gakaja ariat vo akarda pesa e flamenco popsta Maria Jose Yergo.
Okay, could this evening get any better? Oh my God. Thank you, Lord Simon Woolley, for your very inspiring and moving speech. My goosebumps have just started. So far in this evening, we've talked a lot about Roma creative power and art. And now this is our chance to experience it. So it is our greatest pleasure to invite you all to join us for a Sevilla night in Berlin. And we are so thrilled to have with us this evening the world-famous flamenco composer and pianist Dorantes. And especially for tonight, Dorantes has invited a special guest performer to join him, the upcoming flamenco pop star Maria Jose Yergo. The stage is theirs.
Isidro Suárez, de percusión. Javier Moreno, de trabajo.
noche, se me escucha, ¿no? Ahora se... Hablo por aquí. ¿Sí? Ah, bien, vale. No, bueno, no hablo inglés, lo siento, no. Lo siento por mí, porque es peor para mí. Muchas gracias. Es un placer estar aquí esta noche con vosotros. Os sentimos y eso para nosotros es muy importante, ¿no? Y quiero invitar a una joven cantadora y cantante y de todo, o sea, es músico por encima de todo, como es María José Yergo, para que haga un tema con nosotros también.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy for being here. Thank you, Dorantes, for having me here. I want to sing you a song by Dorantes. It's called Nada de Nada. It's like a end of love of two lovers. Thank you so much. de ti no entiendo nada, nada de nada. Aún no entiendo, no logro entender nada, nada de nada. Por la noche vienes hasta mi casa, ya escondida llora la mañana. Siento tu mano, son fría la caricia y en tus ojos dulce la mirada. Cuando se ama, se entrega el alma. Cuando se olvida, no se entrega nada. Cuando se ama, se entrega el alma. Cuando se olvida, no se entrega nada. Nada de nada. Thank you. Thank you so much. llegaste a quererme. Y qué desgracia y y que ha tenido que aborrecerte tanto como yo te he Si yo te quiero de veras, gitano del Sacro Monte, si yo te quiero de veras, se lo puedes preguntar. Ya la que está en la carrera, la patrona de Calito,
siempre lo digo. Eso es lo que queríamos nosotros desde el principio. Es lo que estábamos buscando desde el principio. Por lo tanto, ya dormimos felices durante un tiempo. Muchas gracias. Gracias a ellos tres, que son magníficos. Y bueno, vamos a hacer un tema que se llama Caravana. Caravana de Sincalí. Y va a cantar María José también un poquito encima. ¿Vale?
Thank you so much. You are so, so beautiful. Nice to meet you. Thank you. así el querer que yo te tengo que si de plata afuera. Que otro más rico que yo, soy como el oro, soy como el oro, mientras más me desprecia, más valor tomo, mientras más me desprecia.
Savo šukar koncertu ga kavasesa. Amare ERIAC gostura, drugara i partnera. ERIAC još najgotova kana. Amen mangaras te akarastumen ando fojetele, astareltumen kava šajte džan te ašunen e afro sintesa e tajovoj dželabeli komponiril i posle godovašu džereltumen o DJ Nomi, Geate akardolvo, te avem bachtalei saste o preromalen.
So, dearest guests, firstly, I would just like to thank, on behalf of ERIAC, the German Federal Foreign Office, for supporting ERIAC's Roma Cultural Heritage Project. Thank you very much. And finally, our evening is not yet over. We have one final treat in store for you, which is in the form of a very special performance by Afro-Synthesa singer and composer Tayo, and this is going to be happening in the foyer. So the festivities are going to continue, and even later in the evening, we're going to have music by DJ Nomi. So see you on the dance floor. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.